Hey y'all, bear with me. I'm pretty darn nervous about this. I'm not. I don't talk to a bunch of people, so I'm gonna definitely try to do my best. So, all right, give me 1 second. All right, cool. I just want to start off by just saying I want to thank my friend Sam Elias for inviting me here to RoxFest. I kind of questioned why I was invited to this after seeing the line of speakers that were on here. But then, so I asked if I could meet with John Hawk, who is the director of operations for Memphis Rocks, and we kind of, she's like, cool, like let's have a Zoom meeting. So we set that up. Sam, of course, was running a little bit late, so me and John felt the need to like make fun of Sam behind his back a little bit too. So that worked out pretty perfect. John's like, you're definitely coming. It's like if you can make fun of Sam like that, if you're comfortable, it's like you're coming to RoxFest. So it's like no questions asked. So John, thank you so much for the encouragement. So this is why I'm here today. So. Awesome. So I just wanted to start off by saying it's like I've been here in Chatty since Thursday night. I had an opportunity to meet so many of the Memphis Rock staff, and I just want to say that they're all amazing, amazing human beings. Their community feels like family. I don't throw that word around a lot because that's a huge word that you can't throw around, especially in climbing community quite a bit, because there's a lot of things you do at your workplace that you wouldn't do to family. So it's a big word to throw around that a lot of people do. So I want to say that this community reminds me of family and like why I started working in the climbing industry in the first place. I also want to actually give a shout out to Chris Figali. I don't know if he's actually here. So Chris is one of the route setters that I work with in New York City. He came from Memphis as well too. So it was really rad to see him here. It felt like he was home. He was smiling, he was giggling, he was seeing the folks that he kind of sees around. And it was really, really cool to have, I should say we, but I say I'm really grateful to have Chris as part of like our route setting, one of our route setters here in New York City. So I really appreciate you, Chris. And like I said too, going back to like we're saying, it's like as the climbing industry gets bigger and bigger, using the word family, doesn't really feel true to home and stuff like that too. But so basically, this is pretty awesome to like really feel that. So I just want to kind of say that like, please like, let's all do what we can to support Memphis Rocks, support RoxFest. I would be psyched to kind of be back here again next year to like make this grow. So thanks Sam and John for really, really putting this together. Thanks y'all. Anyway, so want to just state some facts. I'll talk a little bit about myself, but I want to kind of jump into something a little bit different later. So my name is Paul Jung. I live in New York City. I'm currently the director of route setting for the Cliffs Gym in New York and Philadelphia. We have 5 gyms and about 25 route setters, give or take. So I think it's pretty awesome that we're able to build that up and kind of create a kind of career for like route setting, which is something I'm extremely passionate about. What else? I've been working in the industry for about 15 years. More facts about myself. I put a lot of time in nonprofits. I volunteer for 3 nonprofit organizations. It's a very, very difficult thing to do, but I think it's really, really important for me, and I want to just give a little bit of shout out to the 3 I do support and work with. I volunteer for an affinity group called the New York City Climbing Collective, and one of the programs that we do is called Free Solo. It's so what exactly is that? It's like what we do is we collect used climbing shoes from all the climbing gyms across New York City and parts of New Jersey. As we all know, it's like climbing shoes are hard to recycle because there's rubber, there's glue, there's leather, and you can't really recycle those. So it pretty much becomes waste. So what we decided to do is collect a lot of shoes. We partnered with a reselling company. We resold them and we give back to the community and people that need them for free. So it's like, so that's really something that we're super psyched on to do, and it's rad because like there's barriers in climbing, right? Climbing's not cheap. Like the cheapest pair of climbing shoes now is what, $100? $100, a lot of money, right? And a lot of people's like, oh, I want to climb, but cool, I could do this, but I don't got rock climbing shoes. Like, so we're here to at least assist in that part of it. So that's a pretty rad program that we do there. Another organization that I helped co-found in New York City is called the Asian Climbing Tribe Community. It started off as kind of like a, the classic monthly meetup group and kind of things like that too, but we would raise funds and collect money, and we do certain things too. I think one of the programs we do is called Safe Island City. Is when we let people take self-defense courses, and we pay for that. So people could kind of do that as well too. So thanks. And then the last one I've been volunteering with is for the last 3 years, is a little closer to home for me, is the CWA Route Setting Committee. Obviously, route setting is what I do professionally, but it's also what I really love doing and what I really love talking about. And what we're trying to create is pretty much a commercial route setting program to help people get introduced to it more. So there's gonna be like free online courses, but then it's like hopefully we'll try to create like more different levels that could like kind of quantify like what route setters do, because like a lot of us is like, oh cool, we're route setters, like pay me this much, but like we don't actually have credentials that should show anything like what we're capable of doing. So hopefully we could take care of that moving forward. So awesome. A little bit more of myself. I started climbing in 2003, so this year I celebrate 20 years of climbing. I'm like super excited for that. It's an amazing sport. It's changed my life. It's made me travel. It's made me meet, like even like this weekend I've met more people, and I'm gonna forget everybody's name, which kind of sucks, but so many people when it comes to that the one thing unique about me is, it's funny, I got introduced to outdoor rock climbing first. Before there were climbing gyms. In 2003, like, I wouldn't say like I started early. There's like quite a few folks that started like way later than I did, but even in 2003, there weren't a ton of climbing gyms around. I started off in a climbing gym called the Inner Wall, which, if I'm not mistaken, was one of the first 10 climbing gyms in the country. It's still standing, it's still striving, it's called something else. But yeah, there weren't a lot of those around out there. So my buddy took me to like a bouldering spot. I rented a pair of shoes, I put them on in the car. I walked around the boulder field all day in my rock climbing shoes like a total Gumby. So I was like, I didn't know any better. So he showed me this one boulder. I like climbed up the down climb of the boulder. I was like, this is fucking sick. It's like, so like ever since that day, it's like, it's kind of taken over my life, and it's actually like immediately like hooked, Later, like I said, I found a climbing gym that was close home to me, which was in New Paltz, New York. And a year later, I moved to New Paltz because I just wanted to be closer to climbing. It's like, it's everything that I wanted to do. The people that I met were like incredible, and it's like, yeah, it's like, and I still do it now. It's like, a little weaker than I used to be, but it's like I still love it in a different way now too. Like trying to find new climbs, like, the other night I climbed with Josh and a bunch of the folks over at these fairway boulders that we don't really get an opportunity to climb on, and we were falling off things, we were sending things, we were like laughing. It's like we didn't know what the grades were, we didn't know anything. It's like that's what climbing to me is now. It's like that camaraderie that it created, and I really love that, and I see it out here, and everybody over here. So it's awesome. Yeah, the one thing I definitely want to talk a little bit more about, like when I was first started climbing, I had a little crew. I rode with them. They were all dudes, and to be more specific, they're all white dudes. That was then, this is now. 20 years doesn't seem like that long. 20 years is a long time for rock climbing. It's evolved so much, and for also, I think, in the right direction, in direction of good. When it comes to that too, there were a few women there, again too, same thing, the ratio was really different back then. There was one gym I used to go to, it was called the New Jersey Rock Gym. That was like the biggest kind of climbing gym that was around in the area, and they would do like special nights. It'd be like college nights one night, buy one get one free night was one night, and then the best one was ladies night, So guess which night I went to? I was a single guy back then. Ladies' night. So I was like, let's go. Show up and yep, guess who I'm climbing with? 50 dudes, 5 girls. Yeah, they just weren't, it wasn't the time back then, So it's cool to like really see this kind of stuff now. And the gym I work for now, I'm not 100% sure. Mary, maybe you can help me out here, but our ratio has gotten so much better. And I think the last time we did some checking, we were close to like 50-50 when it came to like our member base being men and women, which is awesome. It's so awesome to see, you know. It's really, really good. And being in like New York City is like, that's huge, right? You know, fast forward to 2009, New York City opened up their first dedicated climbing gym. That like was monumental, super epic. You know, I think there were gyms like I wasn't a city boy at the time. I was like kind of living upstate, so I wasn't really around for when that New York City kind of climbing community was really happening. I kind of only started branching into that when I moved to the city around 2013 or so, when my gym brand started opening kind of climbing gyms, and it just kept growing and growing and growing, and just the community is huge now. I see a lot of folks here that are also like really part of that. It's been around here like a long time, like Krima right over here. So, and yeah, pretty much like I had a bunch of other things I wanted to talk about, but I'm gonna kind of skip it. You know, I kind of heard you guys talking about like, hey, talk from your heart, kind of thing like that. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do right now. So, so I want to skip around. Like I think everyone's here pretty tight, so I want to talk about route setting. You know, this is what I love talking about. I'm still gonna have some notes here, so there's a couple of things I kind of want to kind of do like a little Q&A, a little bit more, because I want to learn from y'all. I'm not here to tell anybody, like, you know, that's kind of like how I grow as a route setter, is like listening to people who actually like climb on the product, not the route setters themselves too. So there's a couple things I want to kind of ask here. It's like, how many people here have a gym membership? Cool, awesome, almost everybody, cool. Why did you choose the gym you choose? Is there like multiple gyms in y'all's area? Why did you choose the gym that you go to? Anybody can shout out. It's better the community than the other ones? Cool, awesome. Anybody else?
I stay around the corner.
What's that?
I stay around the corner from the gym.
Right on, yeah. Accessibility. Aiden.
This gym, Memphis Rox is more fun than other gyms.
What's that?
Memphis Rox is fun than other gyms. We do more things.
Yeah, you do more stuff for the community and stuff like that, right? Cool.
We
And
have a lot of affinity groups at our gym. I'm part of the leadership team for the NC BIPOC climbers.
awesome, so creating more space to have those affinity groups as well too. You know, not every gym does that because it might be impact on like their paying members, right? And kind of things like that too. So finding that good balance. Anybody else? Yeah, for sure. And I heard a lot of amazing things about that too. So it's like being more supportive and not about like the hard, strong person kind of gym. Like, let me take my shirt off and burn everybody off. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
My gym is a corporate gym and has like a bunch in one area.
Uh-huh.
Which is fun. But that means that there's no competition. So there's no like, it's hard to get really good quality sets in.
Okay. Oh, God. All right, cool. What's up, Ben?
The training, I choose the front because the training facility is better than some of the other gyms around. I prefer their spray board system.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Very cool. Cool. What is route setting? Can anybody tell me what route setting is?
No, when you set the route.
Actually, Krima?
Route setting to me is mimicking the epic climbs from outside indoors to create the same movements that the body struggles with gravity.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Anybody else know what route setting is? Because I don't really know what route setting is.
That one's good.
Problem solving? Okay, cool.
Being the problem.
Oh, Ben.
Education.
Okay, education.
Educating your body how to move, whether it's competition movement or outdoor movement. It's the ability to educate people how they should move through rock climbing.
Cool, awesome.
I think route set mean is solving a puzzle to make you get better at thinking.
Yeah, cool.
Route setting is peacemaking.
Peacemaking. Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna take that note, those notes down.
It's also making climbing more accessible because you don't have to drive 3 hours away to get on the real.
Yeah, accessibility, right? I think climbing gyms are for sure way more accessible when it comes to like outdoor climbing. So I think it's like, you know, some people like, oh, climbing gym, climb outside, great. You know, you do your thing, but not everyone has those opportunities to go outside, right? Like, I'm lucky, I live in a city, but I have a car, so I can drive to a crag. Not everyone can do that. So like, climbing indoors, like maybe the only opportunity, and that's fantastic. That's great too. Yeah, yeah, awesome. Cool. Quick question for everybody here. Do y'all know your route setters?
Yeah. We love them. We love them.
That's awesome. Because again, a lot of people don't know their route setters because the route setters kind of come in, they grind, and then they leave. And then like kind of peak hours, the members kind of come in. So it's really great that y'all say that because it's really, really important to know your route setters because a lot of people, I've been doing this a long time and some gyms are better than others. Like a lot of people are scared to approach route setters. They think we're like the strong folks and we know fucking everything about climbing and you can't approach us. And honestly, that makes us feel really shitty because we are human beings and we want you to come talk to us. A lot of us are introverted, for sure, in like those ways. And it's like, but it does help, you know, it's difficult sometimes for us to just approach y'all, but if y'all can approach us and kind of like, hey, I really like your stuff. Or we're like, hey, PJ, what the heck were you thinking about this boulder problem over here? It's like, and then we could talk about that too, right? And I could learn about that. So that's where that community aspect really comes in. It's like we want to be a part, but sometimes it's difficult because we also are very tired all the time, and we want to kind of just go home because we got to do the same thing again. So that's awesome to hear about that.
How do you feel when we ask for beta?
If you ask, we'll tell you. We're just not going to tell you, right? That's like beta spraying, right? No one wants that. I think, you know, because sometimes people want to be, they want to figure it out, right? Like we talked about like earlier, we were saying, whoever said climbing was problem solving. It's like, yeah, problem solving. You're not going to solve the problem if I'm going to tell you how to do it, or you watch a YouTube video on how to do something. Some people want to actually be challenged by figuring out what climbing is and not just being difficult. So, cool. Yo, I need beta too, but I need it all day. I need it, so help me out. So help me out there because I could definitely use y'all's help too. So cool. I'm gonna ask one last question. This is a really, really hard one because I don't know. What makes a good rock climb?
Something everybody can do.
Something everyone can do. Yes.
Something anyone can learn from.
Something everyone can learn from. Yes.
I mean, I want it just a little bit harder than what I can do.
You want it to be sandbag. Got it. Anybody else?
I want somebody to work.
I feel like something that like you can unlock, like there's like one move that you can just unlock.
Yeah. That's all. Like so. Like okay, cool.
I want something diverse where there are different technical movements of different styles.
Cool. Where's those route setters at out there? They ain't over there. Josh, what's a good indoor rock climb? Come up here.
Hey.
He's biased.
Yeah, so I'm a little biased, but I think what makes a good indoor rock climb is just something that's easily accessible for everybody, that anybody right off the streets or somebody who's been climbing Meru can just walk in, jump on it, have fun, learn something from it. It's easily accessible, and you feel like it's challenging, but not straight up just gonna shut you down right away sort of movement.
The peacemaker.
Awesome. So I'm gonna tell you, y'all, what I think a good rock climbing is, and mine's very simple. Puts a smile on your face. Right? It's fun, you know. I've learned this term, the 3 Fs. Josh, take notes. No, just kidding. Fun, fair, function. Right? If I walk up to you and I say, hey, what'd you think of that climb? And you're like, man, that was hard for V3. Wrong. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear like, it was fun. That's the first and most important thing a route setter wants to hear, that it was fun. Then you can be like, yo, that was a little sandbag, PJ. I'd be like, all right, cool, let's talk about that, right? So honestly, those are the things I live by. Keep it simple. We're not reinventing the wheel here. It's not a complicated thing. To be honest, route setting is not hard. It's just the aspect of like doing it over and over again and being creative and trying to like make things accessible for absolutely everybody. It's actually an impossible job. So, so I want to just end it off with this. It's like, please, please, please give love to your route setters. They are the life's blood of your climbing gym, and you will be surprised how much we love doing it, even though we don't show it. So please, please, like I said to you, it's like going back to like, please go talk to them. We're here for you. Thank you.